What's up, everybody? Welcome to Among the Fence. My name is Aaron. Today we're checking out the new album Gallows by Blessthefall. This is the 7th studio album from the metalcore band, and it also marks their return. They formed in 2004. They broke up in 2020, just before the pandemic, and it was kind of a quiet end too. You wouldn't have known that anything happened unless if you were following the band members on their social medias and you just happened to go to their page and notice that they removed the band from their profiles. That's pretty much it. But then in 2023, they released a new single titled Wake the Dead. It was their first new release in about 5 years, and I don't think I was as excited about any other band reuniting or coming back post-COVID like I was like this band. I mean, I watched this band evolve from Witness, His Last Walk, Awakening, and even Hollow Bodies. Honestly, their entire discography is pretty solid. They offer a variety of metalcore and also post-hardcore jams. I gotta say that Gallows picks up pretty much right where they left off. The production is very tight, super clear, with a strong genty guitar tone and powerful drums. The opening track, Metalcore, which was also the last single that they released, puts that genty guitar right out in front of the production. It reminds me a lot of old school breakdown Sanity. It also has a throwback feel to it within the music, and it pokes fun at the metalcore subreddits, which I gotta say, if you're a mod for the metalcore subreddit, please unban me. The verses are super chunky and aggressive with the soaring chorus that is just signature Blessthefall as could be. It reminds me a lot of like anything from 2010, specifically just the overall essence of it. It kind of has like an emo core quality that I absolutely love. It sounds so good, even though it is a little cliche. I gotta admit, it goes into the song Wake the Dead, which was, again, like I said, the first single they released. It has a sick guitar melody. I dislike the chorus in this one a lot more just because it's a lot more cliche. They lean into that a little bit too much, and the lyrics aren't as well written. It's got a little bit more of a focus on being catchy, which to me, it just comes off just sounding super generic. The verses are insane though. Verse 2 is super chaotic with its synth and its bouncy, dissonant guitar tone. It does more than make up for the chorus that I disliked. Then we have Drag Me Under, which focuses more on their heavier side with a super cool riff. I dig the atmosphere in the chorus, and also features Loki from Alpha Wolf. And I gotta say, he doesn't bring like too different of a dynamic to this song. Like if you were listening to this, you didn't know he was featured in it, you might not even notice that there's a feature. But I will say that the music does kind of adjust for his presence. They bring a little bit more of a hardcore kind of feel to it. And then we have the title track, which emphasizes even more on their heaviness, and it is super epic, just like a title track should be. Unfortunately, again, the chorus is a little boring, but verse 2 is where it comes alive. The chorus and the lyrics are very similar to Wake the Dead, which I feel like they might have been trying to link the two together. It would be a pretty cool callback if they were just better written. I mean, the link there is just very weak. There isn't like a whole lot of substance to it. And there isn't a whole lot of substance. So it's very simple, and it feels kind of lazy in that sense. If they are trying to find a link, if not, then it's just lazy songwriting, and they just didn't put a whole lot of effort into it. I will say that the last minute of this song, though, is one of the best moments on this entire record. And then we have YSAB, which is probably the heaviest song on this album. It's also the most in your face, while at the same time the most fun, with the lyrics explaining what YSAB stands for, which is You're Still a Bitch. It's also a callback to their song Youngbloods, which was off of Hollow Bodies, and even the music is very similar, and there's other lyrics in there that are kind of throwbacks to other songs as well, and the heavy drums in the chorus really do a good job at keeping the momentum going. As silly as this song is, it just feels so nostalgic hearing this song. Even though Hollow Bodies isn't really that old of an album, it's just still, I don't know, it's so nostalgic, and it's great. I love it. This is one of the best songs on their album. They do have some pretty chill songs on this album as well, such as Venom, but don't be fooled because Venom is chill. It's not a soft song. It has one of their best riffs on the album, and overall I feel like this song focuses more on the melody though, instead of just the aggression. The hook in the chorus is overused. It feels like something that's been done by like 30 other bands at this point. And being one of the less interesting songs on this album, its 4.5 minute runtime just feels like it goes on forever. It feels like it never ends. And then we have Somebody Else featuring Caskets, which is more of a pop metal song, but the beat feels overused again by probably like 30 other bands at this point. The vocals being the main focus point of this song would work really well if the lyrics weren't so lame. And then we have Light to the Flame, which commits the same kind of crime of having really boring lyrics and attempt to make them hit, just makes them feel a little bit more cringy, a little too try hard. But then we have verse 2 and the guitar solo, which are really the only reasons you would want to revisit this song anyways. Then we have Fell So Hard, Felt So Right, which features Story of the Year. It is generally more of a pop punk kind of song, but the mixture of that and the metalcore really gives it a strong, easy core vibe. And I gotta say, I actually love this song. The bridge is super addicting. The lyrics are a step up from pretty much all the other songs. Musically, it's pretty close to being as perfect as you could get, especially for what they were trying to achieve here. And then that brings us to the closing track. This ends with us, with you and me. I gotta say, this song, it brings the heat. The distorted vocals are pushed super hard. The lyrics are fantastic. Chorus 1 is just like an atmospheric build-up going into the brutality that is verse 2. It's super daring. It reminds me a lot of something that Era would do, especially with chorus 2 and the O's and the echoey vocals mixed with the drums. Everything in it is so well written. And I gotta say, this is the best song on the album. I won't say that it saves the album, but it is definitely up there. It makes this album worth listening to. As far as Blessthefall goes, this is a pretty solid album, especially a return album, which most bands have been pretty lackluster as far as that goes. There are some surprises to be found here that I enjoyed. Most of the songs, though, are pretty forgettable. There's only like really 3 to 4 songs that really keep you engaged and also keep their charm after more than 2 listens. And I enjoyed them a lot more than I thought I would, which does help this album out a lot, because while there's a forgettable song that you skip, the next song usually hits hard and it's something you really want to listen to. So with all that said, I got to give Gallows by Blessthefall a 6.3 out of 10. But I want to know what you guys think. I know Blessthefall isn't really considered to be anybody's favorite band, so I don't really know what the expectation was going into this for anybody else. So leave a comment below letting me know what you thought of Gallows, what you would rate it, what your favorite song is. Also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. And if you want to help support me further than that, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. I am so close to 1,500 subscribers. I'm like, I don't know, 35 away or something like that, which is crazy to me. So yeah, if you're watching this and you're unsubscribed, which I think like 96% of you are, please consider subscribing. It helped me out a lot. It'd just be really cool to hit that number. And I just thank you so much for taking time out of your day to listen to me sit here and talk about music. And I hope you have a good rest of your day or night whenever you happen to be watching this. And I will talk to you guys next time.